Okay guys, so before we get into the video, I just wanted to say we've reached 20 subscribers. It's not a lot, but it's an achievement. So I had an idea. Last night, I was watching Game Theory play the Impossible quiz, and what they were doing, they were eating condiments every time they had to restart. So I was thinking maybe I could do something like that. So if you guys could leave a game down below, as well as condiments that I could try, yeah, we'll do that next week, and it'll be great. I'll see if I can get Pineapple Soda and Soul Snatcher up in here to help me with that. But yeah, hopefully that'll be good, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Let's go! Hey everyone, Brief Gamer here. Welcome to Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express. I really loved this one as a kid, and I found another copy of it, so we're gonna play it now. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna click play, and we're gonna get into this. Ooh. New Palace, New York, 1924.
In the house! You're surrounded! If you don't walk out that door unarmed in 10 seconds, we open fire! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last chance! Okay! Perforate it, boys!
Okay, Istanbul, Turkey, 1934. Okay, let's get into it.
Poirot is a personal friend of mine. He has done a great service of the most secret and international importance to the government of Turkey. Now, he is suddenly summoned by the Prime Minister himself to return to Great Britain at once. I dined with him only last evening and promised him that I, MONSIEUR, director of the train company, assures his friend's passage aboard this evening's train. Take my friend Poirot in charge, Mademoiselle Marceau. Secure a compartment of the highest comfort and see to his every wish. This office is depending upon you. Succeed, and I will consider the application for promotion you place on my desk week after week. Fail, and satisfy yourself with the position of clerk for the few short days you will remain in my employ.
Monsieur Poirot? All right, Antoinette. Here at last is the chance you've been waiting for. Your fate is in your own hands.
Okay. We're getting right into it. It's loading. Let's go.
Monsieur Poirot?
The quality on this is like, ugh. But like, this is an older game, so. Oh, shoot. No, I didn't. I'm so used to the WASD, like, I forgot this was a point-and-click game.
Buckets of dried figs, apricots, dates, raisins, and mulberry.
Huh. So I think I have to get past these guys.
This fool tries to sell me a cleaver with no style or grace. Tell him which is the better cleaver for the hacking of meat.
Cleaver in your right hand.
The cleaver in your right hand.
This inferior piece of stamped metal! You are a fool!
Okay, the cleaver in
Cleaver
your
in
left
your left hand.
At last you arrive. Obviously you know nothing of cooking. This is indeed the finest forged German steel.
Steel. Again, I'm clicking the WASD. I'm not... Ugh. This is a point and click. It's Mr. Poirot. I pronounced that wrong, probably. But, okay, okay, he's over there.
I do not have time to browse. I must get to the station.
Okay.
Monsieur Poirot?
Hey, Monsieur Poirot. You're not even shouting, you're just kind of... There's a seagull up there. Okay, there's goats.
What is that goat eating?
I don't even know, man.
Monsieur Poirot?
Now see here, Foscarelli, I've done my fair share of traveling. I'll tell you, Kataya tiles are the finest made in Turkey.
And I tell you, it is the enamel tiles from Iznik. These are the oldest and the most beautiful of the Ottoman Empire.
Well, they are quite impressive, to be sure, but the Kataya tiles are more beautiful. I'm sure there are examples sold here in this bazaar that would prove my point.
Gentlemen, please, may I get by?
What have we here?
Young lady, settle the dispute. You know the famous enameled ceramics?
Yes, of course, I live in Istanbul, but...
We have to wait here for our porter. Find us an example of a Kataya tile.
And an Iznik.
Just borrow them for a second. No need to buy any.
How dare you ask me such a question?
It's the principle of the thing, miss.
I don't have time for this.
Then permit us to continue the debate without you.
So I guess I have to find
Boxes
some
of
tiles?
tea from Turkey and Ceylon, herbal teas and thick, dark Turkish coffee.
So I guess the start of the game takes place in Turkey, because, yeah, we're in Turkey.
Boxes of tea from
Okay. I don't care about the boxes of tea from Turkey.
I need to remember to return this. Something belongs here. I, of course, know what. This stall displays intricately hand-painted Kataya bowls. The merchant seems to be watching the man next to me closely. Barrels of olive.
Okay, so now we need to find these Nick tiles.
I'm sure he won't mind if I just... This merchant sells Iznik tiles, famous for their beauty the world over. He appears to be quite taken with the view of the Bosphorus.
Yet you're saying this out loud, so he's probably obviously gonna hear you? Here's your
She
tiles.
returns. Perhaps now we can settle this.
Did you bring us a Kataya?
Or an Iznik?
Here are both. I prefer Iznik for their traditional decorative use in architecture, and Kataya for plates and bowls, but both are wonderful.
It is of course true what she says. The workmanship in both is exquisite.
Knows her own mind, I'll say that.
Thank you, young woman. Now we can turn our attention to more important things, like those fountains we were discussing earlier.
Okay, so now we can pass. Oh.
Monsieur Poirot?
I like how he stays there until I call to him.
Let me pass.
Her
Jeez,
Excellency
you're rude.
has lost her...
I beg your pardon, but I am in a great hurry.
Then you are an ignorant girl indeed. Go about your business.
I expect she can buy another somewhere nearby.
A parasol fit for a princess? Here, I think not.
I'm truly sorry, Princess, but I'm in a great hurry.
Your generation often is. I do not linger here for my health. I've lost my parasol. I can't think where I left it.
I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
If you could help us look for it. I am not as mobile as I was at your age, and Schmidt would rather fast than make an adequate search. I would be very grateful.
Okay, so now we gotta find her parasol.
What
you
is that
got it.
goat eating?
How do we... need something else for it to eat. Oh, there it is. Okay.
What
Now
is
go
that
back to
goat?
Mr. Goat. How do I... Aha, there is an inventory. Okay. Yeah, okay, so take the grain and we use it? No. Can I just... I forget the controls for this game. I haven't played this in so damn long though. Just put it over there, and then I take this. And then we go over to the Mrs. Princess lady.
Could this be the parasol?
But yes, Dankeschön, Fräulein. If your excellency pleases, we should board the train.
I still must buy a bracelet for my arthritis, Schmidt. There is ample time yet for the train. Let this helpful young woman pass.
Okay.
Buckets of dried figs, apricots, dates, raisins, and mulberry.
Okay.
Oh, please, European miss. I have the train to Calais to catch, but I am so turned about in here. The heat, the foreign peoples. I pray for a guide, but it's frivolous and weak, and I know, and God rightly does not grant these prayers.
If you'll come with me, I can take you to the train.
Oh, thank you. You are my guide that God sends to me. Yes, take me to the train, please. I must not be missing the train that leaves Istanbul on this day. I am Greta Olsen, matron to a small missionary school near the port of Gemlik. I nurse and instruct the children who have lost their way.
Okay, so if I can walk past. Okay, now she's following me. Let's talk to these ladies.
Hector, make sure the statue is safely on board before departure.
Yes, Mr. Ratchet.
Who do they sell this pottery to?
Tourists, I expect.
Huh. Well, at least the dust looks authentic.
Excuse us, please.
So they're
Well,
not
hello.
from around here. They have different
Please do
accents.
not be stopping us. The train will be leaving without me.
Uh-oh.
French, right? Are you traveling with us this evening?
Yes, will you pardon us?
What's the rush? We have plenty of time.
That angle's
Fellow
so
passengers and all. Plenty of time to get acquainted.
I really must insist you letting us past.
Insist some more. I like it when your eyes get all stormy like that.
Mr. Ratchet.
Did you hear a squeak?
Must I summon the police?
No, there's no need to do that. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going into the Sirkeki station. I forget how that's pronounced. And it's loading. Oh, I haven't played this in so long. There's a random guy on a bench.
Marble floors, barely worn by the feet of thousands of passengers.
Okay, so let's go in that way. I know I gotta go somewhere.
Royalty, the rich and famous, and infamous have all walked these halls.
Okay, now we're walking this way. Probably just skip. Oh, it's Poirot! That guy's like staring at him like really angry. Okay, now let's catch up to him. There's a guy over here. There's some people over here.
Not now, not now. When it's all over, when it's behind us, then...
Well, what are
Okay.
you waiting for? Don't let us stand in your way.
Okay.
Tickets, please. No one may board the train without a ticket.
I must be making an inventory of my possessions. Everything. It gets lost.
So I can go past and then she has to find her ticket. Okay.
I packed so quickly, I hope I remembered everything.
Is that your bag? Do you have a bag? Oh, it's Poirot!
But I must travel this evening to London. It is of the most importance. My friend, Monsieur Bou, director of the line, assured me of a room aboard the Calais coach.
I am sorry, monsieur. It is incredible. It is off-season, yet the world elects to travel tonight. Not a single room remains.
Pardon me, messieurs. I'm Antoinette Marceau from the Istanbul office.
Are you quite well, Mademoiselle Marceau? You are flushed and winded.
I'm fine, really. It was something of a chore to catch up to the train.
But the train, it does not move.
Mademoiselle, please tell the gentleman the Calais coach is full.
I work for your friend, Monsieur Bosque.
Ah, of course. And he without doubt has given to you the description most precise.
I would have known you anyway. I have a passion for crime.
You enjoy the study of it, I hope, but not the committing.
Oh, yeah. The study, the gathering of clues, the questioning of suspects.
And murdering
Merely
people.
what the Americans call the footwork.
Legwork, I believe, monsieur.
As you say, I prefer the detection that occurs here. The little racer.
My scrapbook contains many accounts of your cases. That mysterious affair at Styles, the death of Roger Ackroyd, the noted businessman, Lord Edgware's murder. But forgive me, I'm rambling. What is your name?
Pierre Michel, mademoiselle.
I've seen your name on reports. Your record with the company is excellent.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Marceau. I always strive to do my very best for my passengers.
Then strive now, Michel.
Perhaps Monsieur could sit up in the salon car for the beginning of this journey?
Please give Monsieur Poirot room 16.
It is taken, mademoiselle.
But number 16 is always kept in reserve for such emergencies.
Nevertheless, tonight it is occupied by an American gentleman, a Monsieur Hardman.
He does not sound like someone to be trifled with.
We must find a room for Monsieur Poirot.
Mademoiselle, if I could construct an additional compartment, I would.
Let me see your passenger manifest, please.
I have an extra plan of the Calais coach with all the passengers listed. Take it by all means.
Okay.
As you can see, every room is filled.
There are extra beds.
Only 2. In Mr. McQueen's room, but he has paid for a single. And Miss Olsen's room, but I hardly think Monsieur Poirot.
No, merci. I would not think of it.
Of course.
That will be enough, Pierre.
It is of the greatest importance that I reach England.
So how do we... Yeah, we'll offer him my room.
Give Monsieur Poirot my room. I will be quite comfortable in the salon car.
Mademoiselle, Poirot, he will not hear of such a thing.
I insist. I will not compromise the hospitality of the train.
No, if I must turn you out, why then you will stay in the room of Miss Olsen. I am sure she will not mind when she learns of your sacrifice.
No, really, it isn't necessary.
No. Poirot has spoken. The matter, it is settled.
I will speak to the lady at once.
Okay. Part 1, the facts. I'm loving this so far. I haven't played this in ages. I don't think I've ever beat the game actually, but I'm going to in this one. Or at least in my spare time.
Loin of this, leg of that. I am not eating the flesh of the animals.
In America, if it has fur, we either eat it or wear it. As my daughter always says, there's a lot America could teach people in other countries, if they'd only wake up and listen. She says one day you'll be able to go into a restaurant in Istanbul and order a hamburger. What do you think of that?
Why would you want to do such a thing?
Why? Everybody wants a taste of home.
I expect the Turks would agree with you.
Exactly. That's what my daughter says. It's only a matter of time and Turks will love hamburgers.
You will be sufficiently amiable to place in my compartment a bottle of mineral water before I retire this evening.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
For dinner, I shall have chicken cooked without sauces. Also, some boiled fish.
I am very sorry, Your Excellency. There is no chicken or fish on the menu.
Oh. Is he chef for this journey? The German?
Oui, Your Highness. The cooking of Monsieur Klaus is admired all over Europe. It is a good that the train has secured his services.
No doubt. Very well, I will have lamb. Again, without sauces.
You've got to put it over big, whatever you're selling.
Sure, that is what I say all the time. With motor cars, it is no half measures.
This steak is excellent.
The pork is also very nice.
Oh,
Say,
no.
we haven't been introduced.
That is very true. We haven't.
You are not eating.
I haven't much appetite this evening.
How could I be so lucky to have found you?
You found me? Only after I'd chased you across 3 continents.
The statues in the baggage car?
Yes, I saw them loading the crate myself. They were very careful.
Huh. They better be. If it's damaged, I might enjoy owning a railroad. Who knows?
You travel often by train in your profession, mademoiselle?
Yes, I do.
You are a person most fortunate.
I'd rather fly.
Oh, mais non. Not for me are the aeroplanes, with their sudden changes of altitude and the capricious tossing about of the passengers by the weather très mauvais. No.
In business, speed is often more important than comfort.
No, it is more than the comfort. The trains, they lend themselves to the romance and the intrigue. All about us are people of all classes, of all nationalities, of all ages. They sleep and eat under one roof. They cannot get away from one another. And at the end of the 3 days, they part. They go their several ways, never perhaps to see each other again. For a few moments only, the skilled detective has the chance to study his fellow travelers, to watch their little stories unfold beneath the microscope of the trained eye.
Tell me what you see.
You as well, mademoiselle. We will make the little game of it, n'est-ce pas?
Okay. So we're gonna spy on people? Okay. I love that guy. He's great. Poirot's great.
One must look.
Can't pronounce.
One must listen at all times. If you were to listen at the door of any compartment, who knows what you may learn?
That would not be very proper, Monsieur Poirot.
True.
Proper? The student of crime must also be the student of human nature. Oh, what better way to make the study? I will illustrate. Mademoiselle Marceau, you are facing the entire car, whereas Poirot, he sits with his back to most and is only observed upon entering. Start with the table farthest away, the 3 ladies. Tell me about them.
Yeah, one is a Swedish missionary from a school near Gemlik on the Bosphorus.
One is a Swedish missionary from a school near Gemlik on the Bosphorus. She is also very uncomfortable in unfamiliar surroundings and gets lost easily.
That is truly wonderful. How did you arrive at this?
Met her already.
I helped her find the train inside the train station.
Well, it is an important lesson, that. When you know the facts, why bother with the clues?
The younger woman is British from her accent. She seems very capable and down to earth. If we'd been at school together, I believe we would have been friends.
Oui. She has a strong character, that one. Perhaps the strongest among us. But she is a mystery nonetheless.
Why do you say that?
You observed her embrace of the most passionate kind with a proper English gentleman this afternoon?
Yes, I did. Very un-English of both of them.
As you say. And yet now she sits at another table, indifferent to him and his glances.
Lovers quarrel?
What can have happened in so short a time for the lovebirds to fly from the light into the darkness?
The older woman with the loud voice is American. Even with the length of the car between us, one can tell that.
Well, it is true what you say. And yet, she seems to be a woman quite amiable and without malice. A good beginning. And what is there to say about the tanned British gentleman?
The tanned British gentleman. Who was that?
Military, I would say, from the way he carries himself.
Very good.
He's not as proper as he looks.
Or he is so in love, it breaks down all the inhibitions.
They are married, but not to one another.
What did she say to him? Huh? Not now. Not now. When it is behind us, then.
You weren't even
they
there
are
for that, though.
waiting for the divorce to be final.
Perhaps.
He has spent much time in the tropics.
Wait, some far-flung corner of the British Empire. India, perhaps. Tanned, military. Or posting in Egypt, perhaps. Or India. And now the grand lady who sits alone.
I'd say royalty, a princess. Russian, probably.
Oh, no. You will not play the same trick on Poirot twice. Alors, she too you have met?
I did a small service for her earlier today.
She has the very grim exterior, that one, but there is something about her, huh? A twinkle in the eye, perhaps? No, I think she is not quite so much the dragon as she appears. Alors, and across from her sits?
Hildegard Schmidt. Yes, I met her too. Quite unpleasant for a lady's maid. They're usually such mild creatures.
Vraiment. She also has sent her plate back to the chef twice for adjustments. Very particular about the cuisine. It would be nice if the menu was more varied. We march. This large table nearest the kitchen now, with the three gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
What can you see?
The Englishman is very quiet.
The Englishman is very quiet.
He certainly does not share the enthusiasm for conversation of his companions. A superior sort, with a disapproving expression. That suggests nothing to you?
I'm afraid not.
A gentleman's gentleman, as the British would say.
A valet. Yes, I can see him pressing trousers and shining shoes. The Italian sells motor cars. He's very enthusiastic about cars in general.
Wait, a salesman to his very soul, I would say.
The American appears to be a commercial traveler of some sort.
Wait, he carried the sample case when he boarded the train. Yet, I wonder. The case, it was quite small. Yet he seems very fit, does he not? The suit of such questionable taste, he can barely contain the muscles.
Can't a commercial traveler be athletic?
C'est possible. And now, as discreetly as possible, observe the young couple directly behind me.
Okay, yeah, the couple.
Her dress is exquisite, very expensive. And the jewels.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Oh, she's lovely. The kind of woman a man would marry and lavish gifts upon.
It is very romantic, is it not? And yet I detect the melancholy in your voice, mademoiselle.
I'm sorry. I expect it's jealousy. I grew up in Jucar, a small town near Avignon. My parents wanted me to stay in Jucar and marry well, but I rebelled.
Ah.
Have you never rebelled, Monsieur Poirot?
These days, not so much, I fear. Rebellion, it is for the young.
I went to England, too, to university, then out here to Istanbul. I wanted to get as far away from Jucar as I could. I wanted mystery, adventure, romance. I became a clerk. No mystery, no adventure, and certainly no time for romance.
Poirot is not so much the expert on romance. Yet mystery and adventure may be closer than you think.
The man is very handsome, aristocratic. He dresses as an Englishman, but his accent is Hungarian, I think.
Oui, a diplomat, I believe, fiercely in love.
Fiercely?
The man who makes the unwanted advances to his young wife would suffer for it. And now, to the last table, where the older gentleman has been glancing this way throughout dinner.
Okay.
The older man's name is Ratchet, an American. Very coarse and brutish, despite the fine clothes and table manners. He forced his attentions on me in the bazaar today. I think he's been trying to renew the attempt all through dinner. He keeps looking this way.
Most would see the smiling round face with the pink cheeks and the brilliantly white teeth that are false and say, there sits a benevolent personality indeed.
There is no smile in his eyes.
No, there is a dark fever in them. Not a benevolent man, not a nice man at all. And forgive me, mademoiselle, but I do not think that he has been watching you. Poirot is the unfortunate victim of his interest this evening.
The younger American man is named Hector something. I like him. He seems very open and pleasant. He's Mr. Ratchet's secretary, I believe, but I don't think he's very happy in the position.
Perhaps an acquaintance worth cultivating for an attractive young lady traveling alone?
Monsieur Poirot, I would never be so forward.
Oh, but it is 1934, mademoiselle. Young ladies are forward. Even those from Juka.
Hector, I'm not having dessert.
I thought I might try the...
You go get started on those letters I dictated.
But I...
Yes, sir. I think I have the pleasure of speaking to Monsieur Hercule Poirot.
Poirot.
You have been correctly informed, monsieur.
My name's Ratchet. In my country, we come to the point quickly. Mr. Poirot, I want you to take on a job for me. It means big money. Big money. I'm a rich man. Rich men have enemies.
I don't really like that guy.
Have an enemy.
Only one enemy?
Just what do you mean by that?
Monsieur, in my experience, when a man he is in a position to have, as you say, the enemies, then it does not usually resolve itself into one enemy alone.
I appreciate your point. Enemy or enemies, it doesn't matter. What matters is my safety. My life has been threatened, Monsieur Poirot. I'm used to taking pretty good care of myself. I'm not the kind of man to be caught napping, but you'll be extra insurance.
I regret, monsieur. I cannot oblige you.
Name your price.
I have been very fortunate in my profession, monsieur. I have made enough money to satisfy both my needs and my caprices. I take now only such cases as interest me.
What's wrong with my proposition?
If you will forgive me for being personal, I do not like your face, Monsieur Ratchet.
I love this guy. I just love him. Okay.
Train company employee. I have checked the baggage car for the supplies I ordered to be delivered here in Belgrade. There is no bacon. I will not make a breakfast tomorrow without the bacon. My reputation is at stake. Find me my bacon or I leave the train here and you can cook all the meals yourself.
Train company employee? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to look around.
So we gotta find the bacon for this guy. I might end this one here though, because it's been going on for quite a bit. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna play
Belgrade.
more of this.
This will be a brief stop to take on supplies, mail, and to add the Athens-Paris coach. There will be few, if any, passengers in this weather.
Okay, so yeah, I can pause it here. But yeah, I'm gonna play more of this definitely. But yeah, it's gonna be good. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already. We've reached 20 already, so we're going good. Yeah, leave suggestions, feedback, you know, the usual. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!